nice day, ain't it? Well, actually, it's kind of cold. It's kind of cold enough to where, like, you know, you kind of get the input lag on your fingers. But anyways, to the reason why you clicked on this video, I got a car. Yeah, that little red stallion back there. But before we get into that, like, let's just take a second to appreciate the view. Like, yo, where the fuck we at? You know, really, I'm not even really a nature person. I'm from New York. I'm not used to any of this, but yeah, it's definitely beautiful here. I can't lie. Definitely gotta film here some more. But getting back to business, let's go check out the car. And this is my wrong one. This is my brand new 2019 Mazda Miata. Breaking news. Yeah, it ended up being way too cold and way too fucking windy for me to record anything on that mountain, so back to voiceovers we go. Yeah, it's cold for sure. And as I was saying, that right there is my brand new to me, 2019 Mazda Miata ND2R. A very long name, I know. It's got about 43,000 miles, and I put about 1,000 miles on it within the month or so that I've had it, and this is my first car, well, really the first manual car I've ever driven, and I only really learned the basics from just watching videos and my friend letting me drive on his NA Miata for about 20 minutes, but other than that, this is my real first outing in a manual car, and I gotta say, it's pretty fun, but it's only really fun when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know, when you're missing shifts and not rev matching properly, it's not really that fun because, you know, the car definitely lets you know when you're fucking up. But I try my best to get better each and every time I step into the car, so it's only up from here, right? And I gotta say, it's pretty ironic how I ended up first learning how to drive manual on a Miata and I ended up owning one. Honestly, pretty crazy how that worked out. And as the legend goes, the Miata is always the answer, and it seemed like that ended up being the case. As for the car itself, I think I chose the best option I had at hand, because honestly, it was either this or like a GR86 or maybe a 370Z, and yeah, this is definitely the best one out of those two. All I've really done with so far was just throw on a little shift knob, and it's actually not even for Miata, it's for RX-7, but more on that later. I do have a little set of Han Solo Lucky Dice because, you know, I am a Star Wars fan through and through. I did just put on the JDM Roadster badge, and let me tell you, it was kind of a headache to install because instead of it basically being like a glorified sticker, Mazda put these pins on each of the badges to where like they really wouldn't come off, I guess, and yeah, that's how that went.
Well, this is happening after, you know, I did that little nice transition, whatever. As you can see, I kind of fucked the paint up. But hey, this is my first time removing a badge. What more do you want from me?
And I also put on the little short antenna because I think the ones from the factory look just a little goofy, so I figured it'd be a good idea to swap it out early. And I also put the little Apple CarPlay hub adapter because for some reason the car didn't come with this, so yeah, here's how that went. And I gotta say, it was definitely a pain in the ass. Oh man, as you can see, all these fucking plastic pieces, it's definitely been a pain in the ass. But with the interior all put back together, I finally got it. Oh, and I also replaced the interior light with the LED one since the original one was blown out. But yeah, that's all I've really done to the car so far. You know, I would like to get an exhaust, like an HKX exhaust would be really nice right now. I'd like to get some wheels, coilovers, maybe a set of side skirts, a little ducktail spoiler. I don't know. If it could look something a little like this, I'd be pretty happy. And I'd want to do all these things to the car within about a year because truthfully, I really don't plan to keep this car. See, my whole dream and my plan was to get an RX-7 for my first car. Now, before you start throwing the pitchforks and the Molotov cocktails and start calling me a psychopath, I just gotta say, I don't care. You know, I think if I was to be a car, if my spirit was a car, I think I'd be an RX-7, and with the RX-7, the FD being my favorite car. As you can see, you know, I got a car within this price range. So you may just be wondering, why didn't you just get an RX-7? I ended up with the ND because it was really the only option I had at the time. And with the amount of money I had for a down payment, because yes, this car is being financed, please don't grill me. And the way my credit was looking, I just kinda had to. Because trust me, if I could have gotten a loan for a RX-7, there would be a RX-7 sitting right there. But alas, here we are. So with me exploring all of my options, I think this is the best idea I could have picked because down the line, I know I can sell this thing and have enough money for a RX-7, almost like a straight trade because like I said, they are around the same price. And while I am very, very happy and very thankful for what I have, you may also be wondering, you know, why the RX-7? Well, that's a very, very large can of worms I can go into for a different day, but in short, when I was at a rather low point in my life, I started to go back to the things that made me happy in my core, you know, that's really fashion, music, and cars. So I started thinking like, man, I gotta get a car sometime soon. What the hell am I gonna get? And for my first car, I had very, very large ambitions. Ambitions so big to where I somehow thought I could get an R34 GTR as my first car. Yeah, outrageous, I know. But you could tell I had a lot of ambition, but you know, this was like years ago, like 2018, 2019, back when R34s were like 50,000. But I figured Nissan being my favorite car company, I should just get another Nissan, right? And one of my favorites is the S15, but yet again, I was shooting just a little too high for what was feasibly possible back then. And it's funny because at the end of 2023, when I'm filming this video, the S15 isn't even legal here yet, so that wasn't really an option anymore. So I started looking at different platforms and I eventually came across the RX-7. And before I get into more of why I love the RX-7, I gotta say, for me and the person I am, I get really attached to certain cars. And for the future, I don't really want to be the type person to always be running through cars. So if I had to pick one car to live with for the rest of my life, the only car, yes, daily driver, track car, drift car, whatever the case may be, it would be an FD RX-7. And you know, I knew I always liked the RX-7, but there was this sort of mystique to them, this sort of element of mystery that I couldn't really put my finger on. And it seemed like the more research I put in, the more I found out how truly simple the cars were, at least the engine compared to a regular piston engine. And definitely the more research I put in, the more in love I fell. And you know, at the end of the day, I know that the FD RX-7 is the only car for me, but as you can see, that's not what I have. But that's not a bad thing. I know what I have to work towards, so all I really have to do now is just keep doing me. And speaking about me, if you couldn't tell already, I'm Gibson. If you're coming from the last video, I know this may seem really odd. Wait. I gotta be honest. I finished this video a while ago, so what I'm about to say is just a little bit outdated because ever since I made this video, the channel has grown quite a lot since then. So from me to you, thank you for everything. It means the universe to me. But with that being said, let's get back to the video. Because, you know, going from a Batman video to this, very, very quick change of pace, I know, but before I start, you know, really talking like a YouTuber, saying subscribe this, subscribe that, I just gotta let you know, like, I wouldn't really consider myself to be the average YouTuber, and I know it's bold of me to say that with a total of 51 videos posted and 200 subscribers, and that's not to say other YouTubers are only interested in the things they make videos about, but just hear me out. I'm not into just one thing. I'm not only into cars, and I don't really only want to post videos about cars. While cars may be a very, very big part of my life and a big part of who I am, but they're not everything. So before you even think about pressing that subscribe button, while I really do appreciate if you do, I just hope you know what you're signing up for. You're signing up for getting videos from the future Michael Jordan of creativity and a true jack of all trades, if you will, because I'm into fashion, design, like interior design, graphic design. You know, I can really appreciate nice architecture. I like shoes, like I said before, I like music. I love the process behind the production of music, and one day, far in the future, I'd like to make music myself. And as I'm sure you can tell already, I really love superheroes, and there's one guy in particular that likes to go out at night and dress up like a bat for some reason. I love technology, I love gaming, obviously. I love cars, bikes, especially dirt bikes, but the list can go on and on and on. No, really, it can. Trust me. But I say all this to tell you that, you know, I'm not into just one thing, and I don't only want to make videos on just one topic. I figure if I want to make videos on superheroes, I'll do that. If I want to make car videos, as you can see, I'll do that. If I want to make clothing videos, I'll do that. If I want to make a video about the design process behind a new chair I'm coming out with, I'll do exactly that. Anything that I can think of, I just want to be able to do. But I know how this beloved platform works, and I know that if you make a variety of videos, YouTube won't really know where the hell to recommend your channel. And if you start making videos that, you know, stray away from what people know you for, you'll kind of alienate the people that supported those original videos. So, you know, if I did have to put all my eggs into one basket, I think I would lean heavily into car videos. And you know, when it comes to the automotive space on YouTube, I think I could, you know, really make a mark and put my dent in the industry, I guess. Because boy, do I have a story to tell. Kind of similar to TJ Hunt. I know I haven't been watching him as long as I've been watching some other YouTubers, but when it comes to the quality and the amount of passion he puts into each one of his cars and each one of his videos, I have to commend him for everything. And he's been a real big inspiration of mine to, you know, show me that, you know, no matter how little you may start, you can really blow things out of proportions in the best way possible. Like when it comes to having a vision and putting your best foot forward to do everything in your power to accomplish that vision and have it fully visualized in real life, something tangible, something audible that you can actually feel and hear and touch. I think TJ Hunt does a beautiful job at that. But aside from how I would love to trade shoes with TJ Hunt, I'll just try my hardest to produce what just makes me happy and the things I enjoy, but also the things you enjoy, because we're in this together, whether you like it or not. But with all that being said, I appreciate you for clicking on this video, whether you're new to the channel or you're coming off of one of my older videos. I thank you for watching. I'll definitely have to get used to making videos like these, or at least where I'm actually, you know, in the present talking to you face to face, like in the first part. I would like to make POV videos of me driving that little car, so maybe expect that in the next video. Who knows? But again, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I did that because I don't know where the fuck I'm going.